Today on Pros Park Pass, we're going to show you what it's like to travel during a pandemic. Hey everybody, before this video gets started, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button. That goes a really long way to support our channel. We really appreciate it. Let me just say thank you, and also let me say this, thank you for watching our video. Alright, so I'm going to show you what it's like to travel during a pandemic. Recently I had experience to be able to travel down to Florida. I had to get a rental car, I stayed at 2 different hotels, and I also traveled on a couple of different airplanes. And I want to show you the measures and precautions that I took to help prepare myself so I could travel without getting sick. Now, before we get to all of that goodness, that amazing goodness, let me just tell you a couple of different things. How do you catch COVID-19? Well, there's really 3 different ways. One is the aerosol spray type thing. That's when like somebody is talking, right? And that's these little water droplets go through, and those water droplets, they land on your eyes, they go up in your nose, or they go into your mouth, and you get them. And that's one way you could get it. The other way is if from breathing, if somebody's just breathing, and you could come in that area where they've been breathing, if it's not very well ventilated, and you could inhale that and breathe that in. And the last way is surface contamination, where somebody who happens to have COVID touches something, then you touch it and then touch your face. For example, if somebody had COVID and they coughed on their hand, and then you shook their hand, and then you wiped your face, boom, you're probably gonna get COVID-19. Or if they coughed or sneezed and those droplets landed on maybe a shopping cart handle and you haven't wiped that down, and then you put your hands on it and then wipe your face or your nose, that's ways that you could catch COVID-19. Now here's the thing, when I was traveling, the car rental places, they clean out the cars. The hotels, they sanitize the hotels before you get there. The airlines, between each flight now, they take time and they sanitize and wipe everything down. The measures that I took in this particular video is for me to make me feel better about my travel experience. And some people might say it's overkill. Maybe it is overkill, but it really helped me mentally feel better about traveling. So let me show you what I did on my trip. Okay, so just got through security. The airport is it's actually pretty dead. I am here with Jules. Hey! And we are getting ready to go board on our plane, and the shops are all closed at the airport. Everything's closed. Yeah, so here we are, just gonna get a little water. We talked about this here. Get a little water. Oh, overflowed. I'm an idiot. They have these everywhere around the airport, and I super appreciate that. It's these hand sanitizers. And they are awesome because you just keep going through and sanitizing my hands. Bam, 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 bam. Here we are at the airport, getting ready to get on the plane. I don't like generalizations, but I think that people probably fall into 1 or 3 categories. There's probably people who are watching like you are an idiot. We're traveling right now, and I understand that point of view. I'm just doing everything I can to mitigate the risk, but this is my job and I've got to do what I have to do. The second is there are other people out there who are probably like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, you'll be fine. I understand that point of view, but once again, I'm trying to do everything I can to mitigate the risk, to minimize any chances of me of contacting this. And then lastly, I think this third group is people just out there like, just, hey, be careful, be safe, you got to do what you got to do. And I appreciate that, and I understand, I think, all 3 points of views. I just wanted to do the best that I can to mitigate any chances for me. So I'm continually washing my hands. I'm hyper aware of being social distancing. I'm trying not to be around anybody. I'm trying to do the best that I can. And we're just getting ready here to board on a plane. And once we board on a plane, I'll show you the whole procedure of what we're gonna do to clean my little area. Now I'm boarding on the plane, walking up the gangway onto the plane. This is such a new experience for me. This is all new. It's totally different. Let's go through the whole process, right? First thing first, anything touchable. Armrests, buttons, seat belts, back of the tray tables, the actual tray table, headrests. This is a big one. You want the air on, flowing. That's a really important thing, to have the air flowing. Keep your mask on, and this is a big deal. So turn the air on. Try to have the air circulating around you. Now if you're sitting next to a window, you make sure you always get that window shade. Yeah. Get the window shade! Once I'm done with this is a used one. That one there. This one here. I just wipe my hands with it. Makes me feel better about myself. Reseal. And this goes back in my little bag. Just kidding, don't do that. So I just landed in the Baltimore airport and I'm getting some Chick-fil-A. And then from there I'll be getting on my next flight. So it's actually pretty good. Most people are pretty good about wearing masks. A lot of people do that thing where some people do, they'll pull their mask in so their nose is exposed. They're like wearing it like a chin strap. That kind of bothered me a little bit. I was like, just wear it normally. But other than that, I think everybody did a really good job. Flight number 2. We'll do this all again. Ready? Here we go. For those of you who are wondering how easy it is to travel, it is super easy. Get your Clorox wipe down any touchable. And they've already wiped everything down before you got here, but it's good, a little peace of mind to have that in your mind again. COVID free! We just got here in Orlando, and I want to do a quick little recap of the travels. The planes were very clean. And most people, they were social distancing. The only thing I noticed is this. I think it's muscle memory, is that when the plane landed, everybody jumps up and tries to get off all at the same time. And they're crowding on the little aisleway. But other than that, it was an okay experience. I felt very comfortable. It was clean. They don't serve really food anymore. And even if they were, I don't know if I would take it. So yeah, I felt good about it. Jules?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, so we just got our rental car, and they told us that our rental car has also been wiped down, but you never know, so here we go. Same thing that we've done before. Any touchable items you need to wipe down. Steering wheel. Horn, obviously, use that a lot. Touch menu, camera, knobs, gear shift, emergency brake. Don't forget the blinkers. This blinker. Door handles, console here, pop, 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 pop. You got the seat belt. You gotta adjust the mirror to wipe that sucker down. Now they told us when we got here that that the car had been wiped down, sanitized, and ready to go. So we're good to go. We just dropped Jules off at her hotel room, and now I'm here at my hotel room. And these are the things. The thing is that when you go into a hotel room, they tell you that they're cleaning and they're already cleaned and wiped down and sanitized, and they are. But just for peace of mind, these are things that you can do to help mitigate chances so you won't get COVID. So right when you first come in, the very first thing you do, right at the first door, is you want to wipe down the handles, both sides. Handles right here. Make sure you get the door lock over here, and you also want to get this lock up here because it's where you'll be touching. Then you want to do the light switch. Make sure you get that light switch really good. Get that wiped down. Then over here is where you have the thermostat. So you want to wipe down the thermostat, get that taken care of. Anything that you are going to touch, and you'd be surprised at all the things that you touch in a hotel room. So you want to wipe them all down. Then moving here is the the bathroom. So I wipe the door handles on both sides. There you go, nice little mirror shot. So we're gonna wipe down the sink right here, get that wiped down, and then also here, because you want to do that. Wipe that all down. Shower handles, you're going into and out of the shower, get those wiped down as well. And then also, once you go inside the shower, you want to wipe down the handle inside the shower. Did you touch that too? If you happen to use this little railing for whatever reason, then you want to go ahead and rub that down. Now the toilet needs to be scrubbed. So here you go, toilet. First thing you want to do is to the top of the toilet right there. Get those buttons, that's a flusher. And also sometimes people will like to put things, leave things on top of the toilet, like set things down there. If that's the case and rub the top of the toilet, then you want to go ahead and get the toilet lid as well. Make sure this is nice and clean. Now once the toilet's done, I throw that away and then I'm gonna grab another one. In the room, light switches, more light switches, if you drink coffee, then you definitely want to make sure you're pushing that. Get all the buttons wiped down there as well. Here's the closet. Get all that wiped down. If you want to open up the drapes, see this little, get these little things here. Rub those down. You got to go to the phone. And this is really good to do, especially if you have like little kids, like a 3-year-old, and you stay in a hotel room, because they pick up these things and they can't help themselves. They touch them like crazy. So rubbing that down. I just rub down the entire countertop. Get the whole thing all wiped down. Just make sure that the countertop is taken care of. Easy, easy, easy to do. Down here, if I use the fridge, wipe the fridge down. They say, they're like, hey, we wipe everything down, and they probably do, but it's just for your own peace of mind and to know that, is this really clean? This is gonna make sure that the room is spotless and immaculate, so that way you can feel comfortable. Now, here's one of the biggest offenders right here, the remote control. The remote control. I'm gonna show you a little thing you can do to make the remote control awesome. So here's what you do. If you look right under here, you see the ice bucket. You take this ice bucket, and there's gonna be a little bag in there for you to put your ice in, all right? So what you're gonna do, it's very simple, is you're gonna take this, put your hand in the bag, like so. Go over to the remote, like this, and then you pull it over. And there you go, voila. This now is, you can go ahead and you can use this remote, and it's completely clean, and you're not touching anybody else touching, because a lot of people touch the remote. Then, once you're done doing this whole thing, you get the whole thing wiped down, then you gotta go wash your hands again, wash your hands, make sure your hands are really clean. All right, guys, so there we go. That's one more step on making sure that you remain healthy and strong while you're traveling. Okay, guys, here I am at my room, checking in at Pop Century. Now remember, whenever you come into a room, I always decontaminate it. Oh, this is a great room. Look at it. It's beautiful. Here we go. Oh, looks so good. That actually pulls down for another bed if you need to pull down another bed. These are all the things that Disney does. It's called this enhanced cleaning of guest rooms at Walt Disney Resorts. So number one, they always make sure the door handles, pulls, and knobs are taken care of, which is great. Number two, light switches and controls. Number three, closet amenities. Number four, the beverage area, if you have like a little beverage area, like a sink or whatever. Number five, bathroom fixtures and surfaces. Fantastic. Number six, your bathroom amenities. 7, they make sure the thermostat and electrical air controls are taken care of. 8, your bedding, making sure your bedding's done. Number 9, electronic devices. So for example, they have this here. Now that I've touched it though, I'm gonna make sure that I can wash my hands afterwards because it just makes me a little bit nervous. 10, all hard surfaces and the floors. And then 11, clean and white wrapped amenities. So that is awesome. That makes sure, they want to make sure that everything is cleaned in here. And I'll show you in here, it did make me feel good to see this again. They have those cleaned as well. Make sure that those are cleaned as well. Yay, hey. Hey! All right, so let's, oh, my tie. Let's get this room completely clean. It's already been cleaned. It's already been cleaned and sanitized and all that. But I prefer to just do this just personally on my own, so I feel better about everything. So here's my room. Let's get it all nice and clean. I feel much better about that. Just took my mask off, feel clean, feel good. I try to avoid elevators at all costs if I can, so I try to take the stairs whenever I can. And besides that, it's a little bit healthy. And I love these colors. I don't think you can see the difference there. I love these colors. Orange is my absolute favorite, so I love it. So the stairs are happy. So I try to take stairs everywhere I go because that way I don't want to get in a little box and then have somebody else get in there with me, and then another person get in there with me. So I'm taking the stairs. So one of the first things you notice when you're staying there is that the arcades, of course, they're all closed. They have, everything's closed for those. Anything that's like high touch of the hotels, those have been closed because of, well, you know why they're closed. So let's go out and see what it looks like outside. The pool is open and everybody seems to be enjoying it and having a good time. And same as normal, except everybody's wearing masks here. There you go. They're playing actually a game down there. It's social distancing in the pool. See that? How awesome is that? They have social distance in the pool. Here I am. I'm back at my hotel, ready to go into my hotel. If you remember, I cleaned it. I cleaned that hotel spick and span this morning. So I know that my hotel room is clean. That's right. I mean, everything there is going to be clean. That means that everything I'm going to take in, I have to take a look at that because I want that to be clean as I take that in, right? If any COVID goes in my room, it's because I unwillingly took it in. So let's make sure that everything is clean. Okay. This counter over here is the counter that I use, my COVID counter. That bag there, I haven't cleaned that yet. So I know that anything there could be susceptible. So first thing you gotta do, you gotta wash your hands, take care of everything yourself. So let's do that. So I have just washed my hands vigorously in my room. I got in, washed them almost all the way up to my elbows, very, very vigorously. And here's the thing about hand washing. A lot of people say you have to wash your hands in warm water. That's actually not true. I spoke to a doctor about this and learned about hand washing. So hand washing in warm water is awesome because it feels better to us and it makes us feel like it's cleaner and maybe it's killing the bacteria and germs. But really what kills the bacteria and the germs on your hands is the soap and the friction. When you're rubbing your hands, that friction motion just destroys bacteria and viruses on your hands. It just obliterates them. But you have to have your hands wet in order for that soap to make that lubrication so that your hands be like sliding around with all that friction and go between your fingers and get all that. That's what kills it. So even if you did it in cold water, like you go wash your hands in the bathroom and all they had is cold water, you're gonna be okay as long as you wash your hands a lot with soap. Get that friction going. Rub, 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 rub. The other thing that I've been told is when you get into a hotel room, if you're staying in for the night, take your clothes off that you've just been wearing for the day, put those away in like a dirty bag, shower, wash all the gunk off of you, and then put on some clean clothes and stay in those clean clothes for the rest of the day. That way you're not sitting around in dirty clothes and maybe contaminating something in your room. Those were the precautions I took while traveling during a pandemic. Let me know, you think it was overkill? Did I not do enough? What would you do if you had to travel? What are things that would you not worry about it? I'm curious about what your guys' thoughts are about this. A lot of people have lots of different thoughts about traveling at this particular time. No right or wrong answers, but just be respectful of everybody's opinion, even if it differs from your own. All right, guys, I just want you guys to know, thank you so much for watching our videos. It really goes a long way to support our channel. Please go ahead and subscribe that button, hit that little button, and then hit the like button. That way people get this video get recommended by you guys liking it, other people can get recommended, so do that too. Oh, and if you want, our Patreon community, did you know that they get an extra video every Sunday night? They get an extra video where Amanda and I answer every one of their questions, and you can have that too for as little as $3 a month. That's right, 1, 2, 3. It's like 75 cents a week. You get an extra video where Amanda and I answer your questions. That's right, you ask us questions, we answer them. All right, guys, be safe out there. Wash your hands, mask up, be clean, be kind. Bye-bye.